Kizamde, hop on the beat!
Welcome back to another JoJo chapter review. This time we're taking a look at chapter 31 of the JoJOLands titled West End Girl Part 2. Last time, Lem Shaban was incapacitated by Lulu at Meryl May's boutique, while Jodio and Dragona finally cornered Key West's stand to retrieve the lava rock. This month we pick up with Jodio and Dragona approaching the pool where the stand is fleeing. We get some narration from Dragona talking about how Jodio avoids showing emotions. When he is determined to do something, he masks any emotion and just quietly moves to accomplish it. Jodio tells Dragona to grab the lava rock when it floats up and uses November rain to sink plastic balls in the pool, plugging up the drain that West End Girl is trying to reach. After the stand is hit and Dragona grabs the rock, Key West appears behind Jodio. She says that she suddenly stopped receiving texts from Lem Shaban and realizes that something must have happened to her at the boutique. She hits Jodio into the pool and Howler notices the lava rock in Dragona's hands. After being forced underwater, Dragona realizes what Jodio's plan is. West End Girl travels up Dragona's arm to reach the lava rock, but by using their abilities, they pop open the ball and then seal the stand inside. Key West mocks them, revealing that they're imposters, but Dragona finishes Key West off by slamming the ball against the railing of the pool. Howler confronts the two about the lava rock and realizes that everything is a setup to make him sign away his land. However, Jodio denies nothing and reveals exactly what their plan is. Despite that, he says that Howler will still sign the documents anyway, since they're the ones who have the lava rock. This was a fantastic chapter. This time we got what I'm sure is the end of the fight with Key West. And I can say that this was a really great stand battle. I actually really enjoyed West End Girl as a stand, and I feel like it had a really unique presence as being a sort of pancake-like being that moves along the surface of things. I'd actually really like to see what this ends up looking like animated once that eventually comes. This chapter gave us a really interesting look into Jodio's personality from Dragona, and I think this ties into the end of the chapter where Jodio nonchalantly declares that Howler will still sign the documents. While it looks like he's calm here, he may actually be masking his emotions. Something else interesting is how Jodio described the lava rock here. He said that the rock formed somewhere in the Earth's core, became linked to the movements of money in the world, and then was erupted to the surface in order to change those systems. I find the language here very interesting since it ascribes intent to the Earth itself to manipulate something, which of course ties into the Howler family's book which personified the lava of Hualalai as God. So this just further reinforces the idea of the Earth itself as a living being that is able to enact change. This is something that's been supported by the previous two parts. Part 7's Dr. Ferdinand says that the dinosaurs were wiped out because they did not respect the Earth, and Part 8 introduced us to the idea of blessings from the Earth, certain special places where power appears from underground. These include the Devil's Palms and the Walleyes, and no doubt the lava tubes of Hualalai as well. The way Jodio describes the lava rock here also brings to mind the behavior of the Walleyes, which seem to rise from the ground as a response to calamity, and created Josuke and his ability as a counterbalance. And of course that brings me to the best thing about this chapter, which was the ending, with Jodio completely dropping the facade of their plans so far and believing that despite his resistance, Howler will sign. The thing is, he's probably right, since with the lava rock's power, any kind of absurd situation is possible. Not only that, he even says that Howler will sign it of his own free will. So through some kind of bluff or persuasiveness, Jodio is going to convince Howler to do it, which honestly is far more interesting than their original plan of tricking him into signing it. If they had actually done that, this would still be the best story arc in the JoJoLands so far, so this development really just made it even better. In other JoJo news, we've gotten more information on Steel Ball Run. A new trailer has been released showing off the first stage of the race, as well as the voice actors for Poco Loco and Sandman. It turns out the leaked Netflix metadata date of March 19th was correct, and on that day we'll be getting a special 47-minute episode covering the first stage of the race. As for the rest of the episodes, we're still not entirely sure how it will release, but I am still hoping that we get a weekly release from then on. On the cover page this month, we have a message giving the release date of 2026, and that new info will be unveiled at Jump Festa, which will be happening on December 20th and 21st. We already knew JoJo would be at Jump Festa in some form, since some new Steel Ball Run merch was shown off that can be purchased there, but there was no word on if we'd be getting any news from it until now. If we get anything noteworthy, I'll definitely be making a video going over it, as well as the new trailer in its own video. If you want to stay updated on new videos, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. You can also join the Hum and Beat Discord to be notified on new uploads and chapter releases. Finally, I'd appreciate if you help support the channel on Patreon or by becoming a YouTube member. All supporters get their names featured at the end of the video and can submit viewer questions that I answer at the end of my main videos. Thank you for watching. This is the part of the video where I thank my $5 and up patrons. Thank you to Doorbell, Crayon, Rigovids, Zucato, Pumpkin Doge, Marrow, Sponge Cake, Cakext, Feliciano Rabaja, Rayana Meme, Christian McDonough, Pulse Dog, Rob Goliath, Jacob Smith, Big T, Gold, Red Hot Mayonnaise, Zenkai, Keenan, Perry, Cho Henshin, Saint Bobo, John Garcia, Crank and Plank, Puffin32, Fran Studios, Shin Megami Tensei Film Reviews, Griffiono, Fiddlehead, Justice, Jao Marchins, Danilo K, Star the Gunslinger, Mel, Alaval, Kali, Ridley Wanamaker, and Javier's Milk.